Perfect. We are live. Good morning, beautiful people, and welcome back to Soul Searchers and our Facebook Live and Coffee Time. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Jade, and I am the founder of Soul Searchers. Every few days, we do a Facebook Live collective oracle card reading, and then I do individual card pulls for some people. So if you're interested when the individual card pulls come up, let me know. If you're watching the replay, please remember to comment #replay. If you have any questions about any of the cards pulled for the collective, if you want any clarification, please feel free to leave a comment. Even if it's on the replay, I will see it at some point, and I will respond. If you have any questions that are a little more personal that you maybe don't want in the comments, please feel free to send me a message via the Soul Searchers Facebook page. I'm always happy to answer questions. And I kind of just love doing these readings, so I hope you guys enjoy them as much as I do. In the meantime, before we get started, I'm going to get some music going so it's not just dead silence in the background, and get our live shared so we can get a few more people on here, and then I'll get started. So first things first, some upbeat morning music, and then coffee. Okay, let's set that down without spilling it everywhere. And let me get our live shared. If Facebook will cooperate with me. Sometimes it's a little iffy. Okay, cool. So we've got that shared. We've got our music going. Good morning, Angelique. How are you today, my dear? Okay, then we'll get our little banner up here. Okay. Let me know how the music is. Let me know if it's too loud, too quiet, if it's obnoxious. Maybe I can put something a little more relaxing on. I just figured upbeat morning time. Okay. Just rolled over. I'm good. I am just getting going this morning. Just had my first sips of coffee as I started the live, so ready to go. Okay, let's see. So our first card for the collective this morning is going to come from our Work Your Light Oracle cards, which is one of my fave decks. And if you've watched my lives before, you know I absolutely love the Rebecca Campbell and Danielle Noel decks. Just the artwork is absolutely beautiful. Okay. Let's see what we have for the collective this morning. Okay. What does the collective need to hear today? Oh, I love this one. Okay, so one of my favorite cards is Break the Chain. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's Ancestral Patterns, Healing, and Rewriting the Future. I think this is so important for everyone, but specifically for us as a society, as a whole, as a collective. It's time to break the old patterns. It's time to end the cycles that are no longer serving us. It's time to dismantle everything put in place that's holding us back. It's time to tear it down and start fresh, okay? And all the pain and suffering and just all the bullshit that has grown through these patterns that continues to weigh us down. It's time to start healing. It's time to start letting it go. It's time to not forget it. You never want to forget, but really just embracing that this was our journey. This is what needed to happen for all of us as a collective, for us to grow, for us to become better. And it's time to, good morning, Sheila. It's time to get rid of it all. Okay. It's time to break those chains, those patterns of behavior, those cycles that are no longer serving us, no longer doing us any good, but holding us back and causing more harm. Okay. Now, all of that sounds super easy, right? We all know it's not. Breaking the cycles and patterns of behavior that we've acquired down through generations is so hard, but worth it. And, that's what you have your soul tribe for. That's what you have, your guides. That's what you have your people for, is to really support you in doing this, just like you support them. So as a collective, as a society, as a whole, it's time for us to support each other in making changes and breaking the cycles and creating a better future for ourselves and healing those wounds that we've all incurred over generations. So again, that is the first card for the collective. It is Break the Chain. It's just very pretty. I like it. And a super important message, I think, for all of us, especially right now. Okay, I'm going to drink some more coffee, guys. And I always say this in the beginning of my videos, but I know not everyone was on when I was giving my little spiel. If you guys have any questions about any of the cards for the collective, or when we get to the individual card pulls, if you need any clarification on anything, please let me know. And just because a card wasn't specifically pulled for you doesn't mean that that message doesn't apply to you right now. If you're tuning into this live, if you're tuning into these readings, it's for a reason. You're meant to hear these messages just as the person is who I'm specifically pulling for. So just keep that in mind as we're going through. Okay. I'm going to do one more card for the collective, but in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and change our banner to one card readings. If anyone's interested, please leave a comment. Let me know. If you'd like to know what decks I have that I have out this morning, I'm happy to pull from a specific deck. I'll gladly show you guys. Just let me know. So let me change our little banner. And I'll do one more card for the collective while you guys are commenting and whatnot. Just a reminder for everyone that the comments are a little bit delayed. So from the time that you leave your comment until the time I see it, there's about a 5 to 10 second delay. It really just depends on Facebook and how Facebook is feeling this morning. So I'm not ignoring you. I will see your comment. It's just going to take a little bit. So our next card for the collective is going to come from our Starseed Oracle, another Rebecca Campbell and Danielle Noel deck. All right, what else does the collective need to hear this morning? Not that. That was clumsy shuffling. Good morning, Jenna. You know how I know it was clumsy shuffling? It's because it was like 5 cards. All right, let's see. Let's try this again, guys. Early mornings. Okay. What does the collective need to hear? Let's not throw things. Okay. So this is more geared towards my star seeds. It is, and I always mispronounce this, so bear with me, guys. It's Hiraeth, longing for home, homesick for the stars. So not everyone believes in star seeds. That's okay. I'm not here to tell you what to believe. That's, your own decision. But my star seeds are the people who have the souls who have incarnated on this earth from other areas of the universe. Different planets, different solar systems, different everything, just a completely different area from the stars. And starseeds typically are always feeling kind of homesick. Like they're not necessarily in the place that they're meant to be. Like there's more. They don't necessarily feel like they're where they belong, right? Which is a lot. That's a hard feeling to have. But as we go through our human life right now, as we experience everything, we find our soul tribe, we find our people, and that significantly helps. But with starseeds, it's kind of hard to learn how to truly experience this human life and not really focus on that feeling of longing, that feeling of homesickness, but creating your home wherever you're at. It's a very strong feeling, and I completely understand it. I myself am a starseed, and others that I am very close with are also starseeds. But it's a strange feeling. Just know that you're not alone. There are many of us out there. There's so many starseeds, and you have a place. You are meant to be on this earth at this exact moment to help raise the vibration, to raise the frequency, to create a better world for everyone. So as we are breaking cycles and as we are creating a new world, just hold space for everyone and for yourself, and go with grace through this life, and understand that we're all going to have our moments. We're all going to, be angsty every now and then. And we all have that feeling of longing for a place for ourselves. But as you move through, you will find your soul tribe, and you won't have that feeling as strongly anymore. So for my starseeds out there, you are meant to be here. You are meant for so much, and really raising the vibration and the frequency of this world just as much as everyone else, if not more. So that is our High Wraith card. I hope that makes sense. I almost put that in the wrong deck. Okay. And if you're not into starseeds, that's totally okay. Like I said, I'm not here to tell anyone what to believe. I'm just here to give the messages. That's my job. Okay. All right. So Angelique, and then Sheila, and then Jenna. Actually, let me write everyone down just so I make sure I don't miss anybody. Okay, Angelique, Sheila, and Jenna. All right. And then if anybody else would like a card, please let me know. Angelique. Okay. Angelique, your card is coming from the Angels and Ancestors deck. Okay, can you guys hear the music? Is the music okay? Is it too loud, too quiet? Let me know. Angelique. What does Angelique need to hear this morning? All right, Angelique. So your card for the morning, my dear, let me set these down without making a mess, is the High Priestess, harnessing your mystic power. So I've talked about this many times, but the High Priestess is the representation of that, divine feminine energy of allowing what is for us to come to us. Not just that, go, 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 I have to work for it kind of masculine energy, right? Which we all have feminine and masculine energy within us. It's a balance. For you right now, it's super important to focus on allowing what is for you to come to you and being open to it. We have a tendency as human beings to be kind of skeptical of blessings that come our way, kind of waiting for the other shoe to drop. And that is not what you should be doing right now. You have many blessings coming your way. There's infinite abundance in the universe, and we each are entitled to that. It's a matter of claiming it and being open to it and accepting of it. And for you in particular, I think that's kind of hard sometimes. But right now, it's important for you to really embrace that divine feminine energy and allow your blessings and that abundance to come through. Being very open and accepting of it and not questioning it when it does occur, just being grateful and thankful, to that universal energy. But also, this is a reminder for you to start trusting yourself and trusting your intuition and that higher knowing, that knowledge. So in intuitive hits, we end up like we know stuff, but we don't know how we know it, or we get this nudge that we need to do something, but we're not sure why. That's your intuition trying to come through, essentially. You have a tendency, I feel like, to ignore it or to kind of try and logically explain everything. And, logic is good and well. We should definitely use it on a regular basis, but not to explain away our intuition, because our intuition is just as equally important as logic. Okay. So for you, my dear, it's definitely time for you to start trusting and listening to your intuition and really trusting yourself in that higher knowing, and know that you're divinely guided. All right. So as your blessings are coming through, as you're being open and allowing them to come to you and accepting that abundance and those blessings, you also need to trust yourself, trust the universe, trust your intuition, trust that divine guidance. Trust is really big for you right now. So again, that is your card. I hope that makes sense. It is the High Priestess. Okay. Good morning, Haley. I will add you to the list. Good morning, Holly. Hello, friend. Okay. Angelique. All right. I just woke up. Maybe I can. No worries, love. Okay. Sheila. Okay. Angelique, dealing facts because emotions are hard to trust. Yeah, well, I wouldn't say emotions are hard to trust. I think what it boils down to is we have a hard time trusting ourselves and our own judgment. And we feel as though emotions cloud that. And that's not always necessarily the case. It really boils down to trusting yourself and your own inner knowing. So, okay. Sheila, are you still here, my dear? Okay, Angelique, I will add Dion to the list. So it's Sheila, Jenna, and then Dion, since Haley had to hop off. Okay. Sheila. Okay. All right, Sheila, your card is going to come from the Spirit Animal Oracle. Okay, so Sheila, 2 cards popped out for you. You're welcome, Angelique. Yeah, so sorry, Sheila, before I tell you your cards really quick. Angelique, trust issues. That is our human mind kind of jumping in and trying to keep us on that hamster wheel of overanalyzing and overthinking and not trusting our intuition and not trusting ourselves. It's our ego. And it's hard to quiet that sometimes, but we have to recognize that and do our best to realize that our ego is really just trying to hold us back. So Just throwing that out there as like just a thought. Okay. All right, Sheila. So your first card, Sheila, was the cat spirit, claim your independence. Look how cute this cat is. I'm not even really a cat person, but this is a cute cat. So Sheila, I don't think you have a problem being independent. I feel like you've always been independent. I don't really know you. I don't know your life story, but that's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling like you're a very independent individual. But you feel like you need to be with someone. And I don't know if you are right now or not. I don't feel like you are. And if you're not, I don't know how long you've been single or on your own. But what I'm getting is that you really need to embrace that individual life outside of a relationship, outside of a significant other, outside of being with someone else. Because focusing on being with someone and that need to be with another person, I feel like is kind of hindering you. You're going to find the right person. You're going to have a healthy relationship, but not until you're able to be happy and comfortable and secure in that individual life. In that, being single and on your own and just happy with your own company and really comfortable with yourself. We've talked about this before, but I feel like you have a lot of walls up. Not necessarily, yes, for others, you definitely have a hard time letting others in and letting others care for you and give you that same amount of love that you give to others. But I think you have some walls up for yourself as well. Like you don't want to really process your own feelings and thoughts and be with yourself. So, it could be a subconscious thing. It might not be, a conscious decision, but it's definitely there and kind of an underlying issue keeping you from moving forward in the way that you would like. So that's your first one, is the cat spirit, claim your independence. But then you also have the buffalo spirit, which is also wonderful. The abundant universe will provide. And what I'm getting really is that once you're able to accept this independence of, really being comfortable with yourself and being alone with yourself and letting down those walls and being able to really embrace and honor your emotions and your thoughts, everything is going to start falling into place. Like I said, once you're comfortable in that good relationship that you're seeking, once you stop like really searching for it and just be comfortable with yourself and start letting everything fall into place, it'll come to you, but so will everything else that you've been working on. So will everything else that you've been chasing. I say this all the time, and I'm sure some of you are kind of tired of hearing it, but there is infinite abundance. Accepting and claiming that abundance and that prosperity and those blessings is not taking away from anyone else, but you have to be open to it and let it come to you, let it flow into your life, be open and accepting of it. I think we all have a really hard time doing that. We all kind of question, whether or not, isn't that the other shoe going to drop? What's going to happen if I'm receiving this abundance and these blessings and this prosperity? And that is our human mind kind of trying to trip us up. So again, once you really stand firm and comfortable with yourself and being alone with yourself and that your inner, voice and your emotions, everything is going to start flowing. and you're going to start being more open. But those walls, you have to tear them down. Shadow work is super important for you right now. I don't know if you journal, but I would recommend doing that. I'd also recommend meditation. I recommend it for everybody. I think it's great. You don't have to just sit in silence if that's not your jam. There are lots of guided meditations. There's an app, it's called Insight Timer. I definitely recommend that. You can find what works for you and what doesn't and roll with that. But it's definitely time to start addressing some of those not inner demons. I wouldn't call them that. That's the word that came to me, but I feel like that's like a super inherently negative word. Just, it's time for some inner work. So again, your first card was the cat spirit, and your second is the buffalo spirit. So I hope that makes sense. I hope that resonates. Let me know. Oh, my nose itches, guys. Sorry. Anywho. Okay, so that was Sheila. And next is Jenna. Awesome, Sheila. Perfect. I'm glad that makes sense. I'm glad you understand. And yes, it's baby steps. It's baby steps for all of us. Shadow work is going to be a constant in all of our lives. I find it so funny and I've done this, so I find it even more hilarious. But when anyone is like, oh yeah, I did my shadow work, I'm good, I've dealt with all my stuff. And you're like, okay, all right, sure. And then like shortly after, just kidding, I have more shadow work. This is terrible. It's a constant thing because we're continually having experiences that shape who we are and shape our feelings and our thoughts and, really just our environment. So as we go through life, there's always going to be some form of shadow work that needs to be done, that inner work to process everything. So again, baby steps, one thing at a time. But those walls, I think, are the first thing to start working on. Okay. Jenna Diane. Are you here, Jenna? Let's see. Okay. All right, Jenna, your card is coming from the Halloween Oracle. Let's see. Jenna, what does Jenna need to hear today? What does Jenna need to hear? I love this. Okay. So this is the first time I pulled this card, but I'm loving the message that's coming through. So your card is Midnight, the most magical hour of all. Actually, that kind of looks like you. So you, my dear, you're in that like in between stage of different phases of your life. And it is a magical place to be because you are experiencing who you were, who you are, and who you are going to be. And it's a very exciting time. It's magical. It really is. But this card for you is to really embrace all of it. Just embrace it and experience it and enjoy this moment in time, this present moment for yourself, and really, really embrace how far you've come and where you're at right now, because you will never be in this moment again, right? It's coming into a new day, into a new phase of your life, into a new experience. And it's going to be an exciting and wonderful experience. There are going to be ups and downs, just like anything else, just any other phase of life. But it's going to be new. It's going to be different. You are going to be new and different. And as you are going through, just remember that who you are in this moment is, it's beautiful. It's exciting. It's exactly who you're meant to be right now, and you're exactly where you're meant to be right now. So one step at a time. Don't get ahead of yourself. Don't worry and focus on, the future. Focus on right now and who you are and where you're at and what you're doing in this moment, and just enjoy it. Enjoy its ups and downs. Enjoy the chaos. Enjoy the happiness. Enjoy everything about it. Okay? Because when you're overanalyzing and focusing too much on the future and what the next steps are, and what is this next phase going to look like, what am I going to do, who am I going to be, you're just going to give yourself some anxiety and kind of stress yourself out. So just enjoy where you're at right now. Be who you are right now and just live in this moment. Okay? So again, midnight, the most magical hour of all. I hope that makes sense. I hope that resonates. Let me know. The hair. And, oh my goodness. What's the oh my goodness? Does that mean it made sense? Does it resonate? Let me know. I'm telling you, Jenna, I know this deck looks kind of dark. But I feel like it's a very good deck for you. Every time I read for you, I'm very drawn to this deck. The past couple times I've tried kind of not to use it because I know that first reading kind of freaked you out a little bit because it was so accurate and it was very intense. But I think this particular deck is very good for you. Like it resonates with you and your frequency, and just it works. So if you've ever been interested in getting your own deck, I would recommend that one. But that's up to you. Okay, it resonates a lot. I was honestly just thinking about that last night on my way home from work. Awesome. Perfect. Okay. Well, I'm glad that resonates. I'm glad it makes sense. It is something that you should think about, but just like I said, just really enjoy being where you're at right now and who you are right now without worrying about the future. So, okay. Holly. Ooh, can I have it? Yes, Holly, you can. So next is Dion and then Holly. Ooh, hello, Danielle. How are you? Okay, and then after Holly is Danielle. Just a reminder for everyone, the comments are a little bit delayed. So from the time you comment till the time I see it, it's like a 5 to 10 second delay. Depends on how Facebook is feeling. So I'm not ignoring you. I will respond as soon as I see it. And if I've moved on, I will come back to it, I swear. Okay. All right, Dion. Okay. Dion, your card is coming from the Keepers of the Light. Okay. Dion. What does Dion need to hear this morning? This one. Okay, Dion. Your card is Krishna, devotion. I don't know if you can read it, so I'm going to go ahead, and it says, trust your spiritual guidance. Your commitment has been recognized and you are loved unconditionally. This, I feel like, is going back to the reading from the other night. Trust your guides, your angels, your archangels, your ancestors, ascended masters, whatever you choose to believe in. And trust yourself, trust your gut, trust your intuition. You're trying to do what needs to be done. You are figuring it out. It's a lot. It's a lot of pressure. It's a huge change. You are breaking old patterns of behavior. You are creating new ones, new cycles. And it's a lot. Okay. But know that you're not alone. Your guides, your angels, archangels, they are all there. Your ancestors in particular are very supportive. But you have to trust their guidance. You have to listen to your intuition. You have to listen to those nudges that you're receiving, and know that guidance is coming from a place of unconditional love. And as human beings, we say unconditional love a lot, and it tends to still have conditions on it. Like if someone does something, oh, well, don't love them anymore. You know what I mean? But that's our ego. That's our human mind. That's human beings tend to do that. But guides, ancestors, angels, archangels, spirit, source, universal energy, that's not how that works there. Okay? Unconditional love is legitimately unconditional, as it should be. So, you are being guided and supported with legitimate unconditional love. And everything that you're doing, although it is hard, it is challenging, it's going to be difficult for you. You're not alone. That pressure, you are not the only one bearing it. They are going to help you carry that pressure, that weight, and this journey, because this is something that needs to be done not only for you, but for generations to come. It's time to break the old cycles and patterns of behavior and ways of thought and create anew. So this is really a confirmation that as you're on this journey, as you're moving forward, as you're figuring it all out, you have a team of people supporting you. You're not alone, even though it may feel like you are not. And when it gets too much to bear, just ask them for help and they will be there, because they're there all the time anyways. So that is your card. I hope that makes sense. It is Krishna, devotion. Okay. Great. Hope all is going well with you. Things are well, Danielle. I'm living my best life. Like legitimately, not just face masks and bubble baths. Yes, I believe it does go hand in hand with the other day. But you're still carrying a lot of pressure. It's like right here. You have a lot of pressure on your heart right now. And the only person who can alleviate that pressure, Dion, is you. So I wish I could tell you how specifically to do that, but you have to figure that out. It is a process. But you're not alone. So you can do this. You can figure it out. And you have your guides, ancestors, angels, archangels all supporting you. So just keep that in mind. Okay, Holly. Are you still here, Holly? Okay. All right, Holly, you wanted a Halloween card. What does Holly need to hear this morning? Okay. Holly, my dear, your card is Night Song, Hidden Talents. So what I'm receiving for you, my dear, is to embrace your talents. You have so many of them. You're so knowledgeable. You're ridiculously intelligent. You already knew that. But you have so much knowledge and experience in so many different aspects of life, different areas that you can use everywhere. But it's time to start embracing them and bringing them forward and using all those past experiences and that knowledge that you've gained over the years for everything, for your day-to-day life, through your career, through your relationships with others, through everything. We have a tendency to a lot of things we learn growing up, or we learn, early in life, we kind of push them to the side, like, well, this doesn't pertain to what I'm doing right now. This doesn't really pertain to my life, but it does in some way, shape, or form. And that knowledge, that experience, it's part of you. Those talents, the skills that you've gained, that you've earned through the years, that's part of who you are and can be used in every aspect of your life. But you have to embrace them. So, hold on. I feel like there's something else. I feel like you're not giving yourself enough credit. I don't know what for. I don't know specifically. I don't know in what area. But I feel like you're not giving yourself enough credit for who you are and how smart you are and how capable. You're not just a pretty face, okay? But you're also not just your book smarts. You have common sense. You have, I don't know how to, you have creative skills. You have talents that aren't necessarily being used, that you're not giving yourself enough credit for. Like, what are you working on right now? Because I feel like whatever it is, it's like you're not giving yourself enough credit, or like believing in yourself enough, because you can do whatever it is. I don't know what you're working on right now. Or do I? And I'm just not remembering. I don't know. Leave a comment. Let me know. Actually, I should check the comments. Hold on. Okay, starting. Oh, okay. So it's your architecture course. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Building in Switzerland. Okay. Yeah. So you're not giving yourself enough credit, my dear. You know so much, and you are so capable, and you have the skills, not only like logically, not just your book smarts, but creatively. I don't think you give yourself enough credit for how creative you actually are, because everything is very logic for you, but there is still creativity in it, and you are very capable of that creative mindset and creatively building things. So it's time for you to really give yourself some more credit and know that those talents are there, but you have to embrace them. So that is your card, my dear. It is Night Song, Hidden Talents. So I hope that makes sense. I hope that resonates. Let me know. Okay. Danielle, are you still here, my dear? What building are you studying, Holly? You should send it to me in a message so I can check it out. I like your architectural engineering building stuff. Except the numbers. You know I don't do those. Okay. All right, Danielle. Okay, Danielle, your card is also going to come from the Halloween Oracle deck. It's very prominent today. All right, let's see. Danielle. What does Danielle need to hear this morning? That's not it. Hold on. Danielle need to hear. Ooh. Okay. Danielle, your card is the Jack-o'-lantern protection. I'm not sure what's going on right now. I don't know. I say this a lot, but I don't know the details of everyone's lives. I don't know their life stories unless they tell me. I'm not that kind of psychic. But whatever is going on right now, I feel like it's important for you to know that you are protected, that you are surrounded, specifically by angels. Sorry, I did this because when I see them, the way that I know that it's angels is essentially I see the person, but then I see their wings kind of wrapped around. And it's hard to put into words sometimes. But you are being protected. And specifically, I want to say your children are being protected. Do you have one or two? Yeah, because it's like a little group of you. It's like you and I want to say two little peoples. But yeah, I don't know what's going on. I don't know the situation. But you are surrounded. You are. They want me to let you know that they're there all the time. It's not just in the hard times. It's not just when things are crazy, but consistently. And I think that's why they're showing me like. So I'm just going to tell you what I'm seeing because that's the easiest way to. So I see you, and I think two small humans, and a very large angel with very big wings, wrapped around all of you, and you're kind of just going through life like just drinking your coffee or tea or whatever it is, and like the kids are just like playing is what I'm seeing. Is there something going on right now? Because it's like they really want you to know that they're watching out for you and your children and that it's okay. So I just keep getting repeated, like protected. So I don't know if something's going on. I don't know the situation. I don't know if there's anything in particular, but they're very adamant in you knowing that your family is protected. I'm only seeing you guys, though. I'm not seeing like a significant other within that particular angel, but they are telling me that someone else is there, but they have their own, like their own guides, their own angels and such. But that's what I've got. I don't know. I feel like there's something, but I'm not getting details. I also don't want to pry because it's not my business. But whatever it is, whatever the situation is, whatever this, I feel like there's some stress. I feel like there's uncertainty. Stress, uncertainty, some kind of concern. But through the ups and downs, through every situation in life, whatever you're going through, this angel is this specific one is around you and your children. But that's all they're really giving me. They're not delving into details. I'm just feeling, like I said, uncertainty, stress, just a lot of ups and downs. But that is your card. I hope that makes sense. I don't want to pry too much, but again, it is the Jack-o'-lantern protection. Yeah, I feel like it's a lot, but anywho. Okay, comments. Holly sent me a link. Awesome. Amanda. Okay, perfect. Amanda, I will add you next. Okay. Okay, cool. So you do have 2. Awesome. And yeah, life itself is a roller coaster. I can't even say anything. Okay, so that does make sense. Yeah, I wasn't sure if you had 1 or 2. But they were showing me 2. So, I mean, obviously they were right. But that is your card. I hope that makes sense. I hope that resonates. I don't know what's going on right now. But just know that you're not alone. And that was really important for them to tell you, is they just really wanted you to know that you are protected and your children are protected. They just kept repeating, protected, protected, protected. So, yeah, like I said, I hope that makes sense. All right, Amanda. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and switch our banner because you'll be my last one, I think. Okay, Amanda. What does Amanda need to hear? Okay, Amanda, for you, my dear, your card is coming from the Starseed Oracle. Okay, Bobby, I'll add you to the list because I'm not sure if I put the banner on before or after you sent your comment because there's a little bit of delay. But then you will be my last one. Okay. All right, Amanda. What does Amanda need to hear this morning? Okay. Yes, Amanda, hopefully. Did you see my message? I sent you. I don't know if that helped clarify anything or not. But it was very weird. So I hope it made sense. I hope you were able to figure that out. I don't know, man. I'm just the conduit. I don't know. Tony kept bugging me and I was like, she said it's a girl. Yeah, don't overthink it. Don't overanalyze. Just kind of let it come to you. And like I said, I don't know if if it was something that already happened or is coming up. But it was a very strong like feeling. So I don't know, man. I just give the messages. So, oh, I'm sorry. That's so funny. At least he cares. Okay, so Amanda, your card is the Seas of Mintaka. I would look that up, by the way, just to get a little more background. But seeing potential, bringing unconsciousness to light. I want to ask you, have you gotten any Reiki lately? Done any Reiki energy healing lately? If not, I think you should soon. For sure. I'm feeling like that is definitely necessary right now. But that's up to you. And this card in particular is really just about, bringing yourself, your true soul self, and your inner knowing, bringing that unconscious knowledge and, that source energy, bringing it all out of yourself and really embracing your true self and who you are and being authentically you. Why does that sound familiar? I think this kind of goes with your other reading. I'm feeling a lot of like, okay, I'm feeling a lot of, be your true self, be your authentic self, trust yourself, and, embrace that source energy, embrace the energy within yourself, embrace who you are. So I don't know if you have any gifts of your own. I mean, you have gifts, obviously, but I mean, I don't know if you everyone has intuition. Some people are more inherent than others. Some people are more connected. But I feel like you have the potential to be far more in tune. So I would go get some Reiki, man. Get some energy healing, get that energy flowing, and, really meditate, ask your guides what's going on, because they feel like you're not embracing who you are. Like you're not embracing your true self. And like logically, my human mind is like, what are you talking about? This is Amanda. Like, stop it. But also, I'm not going to argue with them because that would be dumb. So definitely, get some Reiki, meditate on it, maybe do some journaling, figure out what's going on. Oh, lots of comments. Okay. Hobbs will need to see when I miss her. She makes fun. Yeah, definitely. Go get some Reiki. I don't know. I definitely, I want to say that I don't know why your guides feel like you're not embracing your true self, but that is what they're sharing. I don't know what you're doing that's like, if you're maybe if you're ignoring your intuition or ignoring your inherent gifts or your own, spiritual energy, but it's definitely time to figure that out. Start meditating, start journaling, ask them what the heck they're talking about, and definitely go get some Reiki. I feel like that's really important for you right now. So, and look up the seeds of Mintaka, because that is also important. So I hope that makes sense. I know everything's been kind of confusing lately, but that's what I've got for you, my dear. Stress too, because a new place. Yeah, that's normal. That's totally normal. Whenever any of us make a big move or a big change in life, stress is bound to occur. Okay. Bobby, are you still here, Bobby? Why do I know that name? Woo, sorry. I about knocked my whole camera over. Okay. Just a reminder for everyone, the comments are a little bit delayed. So if I don't respond right away, it's because it just hasn't popped up yet. But as soon as I see it, I will respond. Okay, perfect. There you are. All right. So your card, Bobby, is going to come from the Spirit Animal Oracle deck. Okay. Oh, Allison. Yeah, that makes so much sense now. I was like, why do I know this name? I know this person. I just wasn't putting it together. My bad. I apologize. Okay. What does Bobby need to do this morning? I totally should have figured that out right away. I don't know why that went over my head. All right, let's see. What does Bobby need to hear? Okay. So, I say this to everyone a lot, but I'm going to go ahead and say it again. I don't know everyone's life stories. I don't know everyone's situations. I don't know unless you tell me, because I'm not that kind of psychic. So I don't know specific situations. I can give you what the guides are giving me, but that's all I got. But I also try not to pry too much, because privacy is important. So just disclaimer. So your card, my dear, is the Pig Spirit. It's a cute little pig, though. It's got, I think it's like a tutu. It's got like a tutu and some wings. It's like a flying pig. It's adorable. Anyways, but it's use your mind wisely. I don't know what the situation is specifically or what's going on, but what I'm receiving is to, one, trust yourself, but two, to really think it through. Whatever decision you're going to make or path you're going to choose moving forward is going to not only affect yourself, but others. So just make sure whatever decision it is that you make, that you've thought it through and you're willing to continue with that path and whatever comes from it. I'm supposed to tell you, you're smart and you are capable, and the possibilities are endless. There's infinite potential for abundance and growth. and you got this. That's what I got. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know the situation, but you've got this. They want you to know that, again, the possibilities are endless. There are many paths that you can take in whatever situation this is. And it comes down to what you think is best. Trust yourself and know that your discernment is adequate. That sounds fancy. Your discernment is adequate. Huh. I wonder what it is. But anywho, I'm not, like I said, I don't know what the situation is. I don't know what decision you're making right now or what different paths are unfolding before you. But I feel like whatever choice you make is going to affect a handful of people. And to really just trust yourself, trust your knowledge, your intuition, and your own discernment, your own judgment. Judgment's a better word. They were getting fancy on me. Your discernment is adequate. Who says that? Anywho, sorry. Sometimes the stuff that comes through, I'm like, what are you guys talking about? Anyways, but just trust your own judgment and know that the possibilities for, abundance and prosperity and what's the word? There's another word. I just can't pull it out. The possibilities for abundance and prosperity and, happiness really are endless. It's just a matter of being ready to take on whatever decision it is and know that whatever path you choose is going to have its ups and downs, but it will be the right path for you. Does that make sense? I wish I could give you more detail and explain better, but that's what they're giving me. And what I'm seeing is, what I'm assuming is you at kind of like a crossroads kind of thing, except there's like 4 or 5 different paths. It's not just a fork in the road. But it's like you and a few other shorter people. So I hope that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. But that's what they're showing me. And they're like very adamant on me telling you to trust yourself and that your discernment is adequate. Who says that? Trust your own judgment. Trust that you know what is best. Whatever decision you make after thoughtfully considering them will be the right one. And again, each of these paths are going to have their own ups and downs, but you know what is best. So I hope that makes sense. I hope that resonates. I hope that's easy to understand. Sometimes it's hard to take what I receive and put it into understandable words. Words are hard, guys. Words are hard. Okay. Okay, perfect. I'm glad that makes sense. You are so welcome. Sometimes I question the things that they send me and I shouldn't, but but I'm glad that makes sense. So anywho, that is my last card reading for this morning. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for allowing me to read for you. I absolutely love it. I feel like it's just a blessing to be able to share these messages and, be that conduit for you guys. Again, if you have any questions about any of the cards that you've received or some clarification, please feel free to comment. I'll respond as soon as I see it. Or if it's something more personal, you're more welcome to private message me via the Soul Searchers Facebook page. And like I said, I always love answering questions. If you're watching the replay, please don't forget to comment #replay. Any comments, likes, hearts, whatever, helps with the Facebook algorithms. If you know anyone who may be interested in Soul Searchers, who may be interested in our readings, please feel free to invite them to the page. We're not exclusive here. Just, no trolls. But other than that, everyone is welcome. that's pretty much it. So thank you guys so much, and I will see you. When's my next live? Wednesday, tomorrow evening. So I'll see you guys tomorrow evening. Bye-bye.